Yo, what's up, everyone? It's Daniel with ReflektAudio.com. Thank you all for tuning in today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Today, I want to go ahead and show you all how I create Omnisphere preset packs. So, without further ado, let's dive straight on into this. So, before you open up Omnisphere, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is open up the Spectrasonics folder. Now, if you don't have this folder pulled up and you don't know how to get to it, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is basically go to this directory. It's going to be on this PC. As you can see, program data, Spectrasonics. Now, in order to pull up this specific folder, this may be a hidden folder if I'm correct. Now, in order to actually get to that folder, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is click on the little Windows flag and then type in hidden, HIDDEN. And then it's going to bring up this little control panel menu, or I'm sorry, selection here, and it says show hidden files and folders. You're going to want to go ahead and click that, and it brings up this window. And then you can actually just click this and then hit apply. This would basically show the hidden folders. What I went ahead and did was I did this one time and I created a shortcut on my desktop, so I didn't need to do this every time. You can go ahead and do the same. And then what you're going to want to go ahead and do is turn this on. I'm not going to go ahead and do that because I already did that on my end. But turn that on, and then you're going to want to go ahead and navigate to this location right here. It's going to be this PC, OS, as you can see, C drive, program data, Spectrasonics. Once you get here, I recommend making a shortcut as I did, so you can just simply double click and pull it up as you see here. Now, moving front, we're going to want to go ahead and head over to the Steam folder. We're going to want to double click on the Omnisphere folder, and then we're going to want to double click on the settings library. Within here, we have a whole bunch of different multis, patches, presets, and user tags. For this section, we're going to want to go ahead and for this demonstration rather, we're going to want to double click on patches. So as you can see, we have a whole bunch of different presets that I've created, and at the bottom here we have a zip file. Yours should have a zip file if I'm correct as well. It should say current categories. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and I'm going to extract it here into this folder. It brings up this Mac. I'm going to delete that. I don't need that. Now as you can see here, current categories, it unzipped and the folder is right here under current categories. From this point forward, what I can go ahead and do is name this the title of my project. So I'm going to go ahead and just title it test project for the sake of this demonstration. And it moves in alphabetical order here, as you see. I'm going to go ahead and double click in here and show you all the categories. Basically, it has a whole bunch of different subfolders in which you would actually export your sounds into, or save your sounds into rather. Now, basically, what you can go ahead and do is add more folders, or you can go ahead and change the title of these as you see fit. I can go ahead and, let's say ARPS, put S at the end. Bells and vibes, I like that. I don't really have any distortion type sounds that I would like to make. And I'm just going off the top here, just giving you all demonstrations. Now, you get my drift. You can change the titles and add whatever you see fit. Let me go ahead and just show you guys. Let's add a folder. Let's put bass. So you get the drift there. From this point forward, you're essentially ready to start creating the preset. So you're going to want to go ahead and open up your DAW and load up the plugin. Once you have the plugin loaded up, basically from this point forward, you're going to want to go ahead and start creating your presets. So for this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and just demonstrate with the simple bass. I'm going to go ahead and head over to the A section. I'm going to keep it on synth, and I'm going to go ahead and hit a sine wave here. I actually don't have my MIDI controller plugged in. Now we do. All right. I'm just going to add a simple effect, like let's say modulation chorus. Okay, so for example, let's say this was a sound that you created and this is what you wanted to save as a preset. I'm going to go ahead and head over to the gear, the utility. I'm going to want to go ahead and go to save patch as. As you can see, it's guiding me to the directory in which I just showed you all. I'm going to go ahead and head back one to patches, and then I'm going to go over to the test project. From the test project, I'm going to select the according subfolder or the corresponding subfolder that I want to save this in. So this is a bass sound. I'm going to go ahead and select the bass. I'm going to go ahead and just put like bass 1. And then I'm going to go ahead and select save. From this point forward, Omnisphere is going to bring up this window here. What you can go ahead and do is basically put the title here if you'd like. What you can go ahead and do is put attributes as well. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of different attributes that you can add. You have author, complexity, dev, gender, genre, group, model, mood, technique, type, version. I'm going to go just add author. As you can see there, author. I'm going to go ahead and just select the according ones. Bear with me. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to head over to web link here. And I'm going to go ahead and just put the website link. You can go ahead and put like your beat store or your website. If you sell kits as well, you can go ahead and put that there. And basically right here in the notes section, you can go ahead and put something savvy if you want about the sound, encouraging them to try something different, giving them a tip about the sound, or even just elaborating a little bit more about the sound in general. So that's pretty good there. So you can go ahead and put, I'm just going to put info here for the sake of this demonstration. And then for that point forward, you're going to want to hit save. So after you've hit save, it's going to go ahead and bring you back to the main panel here in Omnisphere. And then what you can go ahead and do is click on the little arrow right here in the directory. You're going to go ahead and go to user directories. And then now you can see we have the test project here listed accordingly. If I go to that section, the base section is now pulled up with the preset that we just created. And I go ahead and play a sample for you there. And that is the bass sound that we just created. Now, as you can see here, we do have multiple subfolders within the actual, project directory, within the actual bank directory. There is multiple subfolders like the ARPs, bells. However, you don't see them within here. The way that you basically the way that the folder pops up is after you save a preset. So don't be worried about that. Like let's say you're gonna add a bell. After you save the preset, then the bell section will pop up with all of the presets that you're saving into that section. As you can see, the same thing goes for the bass as well, and the same thing for every section or every folder that you created within the directory over here. And it's very, very straightforward. That is pretty much it. There's not much that goes into it. I think where the real magic happens is within the user and the effort that they put in as far as like sounds and what the sounds sound like. I think that's where the real magic happens. Everyone can create an Omnisphere preset bank, but not everyone could create a good one in my professional opinion. Now, once you are done saving all of your sounds and presets, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is export it so that way you can go ahead and share it. Other users can download it. You can redistribute it, whatever you want to do with your project. As you can see, if I click on the utility right here, there is no publish here. What we're going to want to go ahead and do is before we click the utility on Windows, we're going to want to hold down Alt. If I'm correct, on Mac it's going to be either Control or Option. I can't be too sure, but you may want to try them, Control, Alt, or Option on Mac. Don't quote me on Mac. But for Windows, we're going to go ahead and hold down Alt, and then we're going to click on the icon now. As you can see, the publish button right here comes up. The publish option comes up. We're going to go ahead and navigate to that arrow. And then we're going to go ahead and navigate to our test project, as you can see listed right here. From that point forward, you can go ahead and click that. And a window greets you with all of the basically caution elements here. It says, please respect all copyrights, basically respecting the content that you created, making sure that it's your original piece, yada, yada, yada. You get the drift there. You're going to want to hit OK. And then basically select where you're going to save this to. Wherever you're going to save the preset bank to, that's where you're going to want to go ahead and save it to. And that is pretty much it. Just let it go ahead and do its thing, and you'll be good from there. That's basically how you would export and publish your Omnisphere libraries. It is going to export into a .omnisphere file, so that way the users can go ahead and just install it on their end. To install, it would go be in the utility as well, so you would go ahead and just click that. And then you can see right here, install.omnisphere. So once you export it, create it, this is the .omnisphere file. That's basically what you're going to redistribute. Let's say if I'm the consumer, I'm going to go ahead and click on this. I'm going to go ahead and install Omnisphere, and then I'm going to select the file that I downloaded, which was the file that we exported from here. If you have any questions, by all means, please feel free to drop them in the comments down below. I will go ahead and do my best to further assist you. If you're not, be sure to give me a follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I would genuinely appreciate that. I am going to go ahead and start doing full-length YouTube videos as well, so subscribe to my YouTube channel. I genuinely appreciate the support. Come on down to reflektaudio.com. Y'all have a great day.